Hello, we will get started in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's start. Let me share my screen. Okay, let's see. So today we're going to be learning about loops with lists. So last week we learned about lists, and today we're going to be learning about, so we're going to learn how to combine the two together. So very big and interesting topic. Okay, let's get started. Loops with lists. So first we're going to be talking about lists with while loops, and then we're going to be talking about lists with for loops. So lists with while loops. This is an introduction. Loops and lists are like best friends. Whenever you see an algorithm that includes lists, usually there will be a loop. In this section, we will be mainly talking about while loops. In this example, this is a list, ls. Count is a variable for the index in the list, which starts at 0 because you always count by 0. And yeah, so here, when and why and when do you want to use this? If you are printing elements in the list, if you're searching an element in the list, or if you're sorting elements. For example, this is printing elements. So initialize a count and the list variable. So this is the list and this is the count variable. We call it I for iteration. You can call it whatever you want though. You can call it count. Then you have a Boolean condition, which is seen on line 3, which says I is less than length of the list so that you don't go outside of the index of the list. Make sure this is less than the length of the list. Okay. And the indent, because if you're in a loop, you need the indent to show that it's in the body. Then you print list at that index or count, and then you increment the count by 1 so that you print everything in the array or the list. So that's what it will print. Here's another example. This should print, okay, This should return an error, but wait, when you add a parenthesis here, it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 10. Searching elements. Okay, searching algorithms can vary. This is just an example. Uh, this one is called linear search. It basically checks all of the elements. So you initialize a count variable, you set up a while loop, and while the count is less than the length, if that index is equal to the element that you're searching for, in this case 5, then you will print um then you will print 5. I think you want to print the index, so you shouldn't have ls, and then you would increment count. Also, the increment count isn't in the if loop. That should always be like, you should always run that no matter what. It's not supposed to be in the if. Searching elements. You can also use this to search for one specific thing. Oh yeah, you can also like do like print pineapple in list A or print car in list A. So if it's in list A, then it's going to return true, else it's going to return false. So in this case, pineapple is in the list, so it will return true. Car is not in the list, so it will return false. This is an advanced search algorithm. You won't need to know this right now, for now, maybe in the future. Okay, so how it works. Binary search takes a sorted list, so it's sorted, and it's usually numbers. Takes a sorted list and searches for a certain element in the list. Within every search, we cut the list in half. This is very advanced and you don't need to learn this for now. So basically what it does is that, say you have a list of numbers sorted from like 1 to 10, and you want to find the number 7. So it's going to go to the index that, like, it's like the size divided by 2 is going to that index, right? The middle index, and that will be 5. And we know 7 is greater than 5, so we can just ignore the left side. And yeah, it's just a really fast searching algorithm given that the list is sorted. Okay, so let's talk about sorting algorithms. We will not be learning sorting algorithms in SteamBridge, but here's a quick sneak peek on like some very simple examples. Um, okay, this is not a sorting algorithm, but an example of a sorting algorithm would be something like binary, or no, not binary search. Bubble sort. Basically, say you have a list like this, it's going to check the first index and the second index, or like the 0th index and the first index, and it's going to swap them if one of them is greater. If the 0th index is greater, then it will swap and it will keep doing that until the list is stored. That's a really simple example of a sorting algorithm. It's not really that efficient, but it works. Um, yeah, this is just an example of while loops with lists. Okay, let's talk about for loops because honestly, I think for loops are used a lot more than while loops for like going through lists. So you have a list and you can just do for I in list and print I. That works perfectly fine. The other way to do it is for I in range, the length of the list, and then you print all of the values in the list and like get I, and yeah. The advantage of the first one is that it's pretty easy to type. It's called a for each loop. Wait, no. Well, it's just really easy to type. And the second example, It's a bit more to type, but you can edit the list in this loop. In this loop, you can't edit the list because I is actually a duplicate value. I'll tell you guys more about it when we go to Code.js. Searching elements. This is an example with the for loop. So you make the for loop if LSI is equal to 5. 5 is the number that we're looking for. Then you print the index at which it appears. So this should return 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This should return 4. Putting it all together, here's a list. Pick a number from 1 to 10. Then it's going to look through the list. And if the number is less than 9, then like it's going to say that. And yeah. Okay, let's go to Code.js. Go to Python Day 10. I prepared something. This right here. So this is an example. Oh, why did that down there? Just spacing things out. Okay, this is an example. How many players are playing? So first it gets the number of players using this. So let's say 3 players because there's 3 people right now. Player one name, player two, and player three. So you put all the player info in, then it appends it, it adds it to the players list, and then I use a for player in players, and then I print out all the names of the players. So these are all the players. Really cool. If you have a list, you're like you're probably going to use a for loop or a while loop or some sort of loop to pair with that list. Let's talk about some searching. Like, let me just write a searching algorithm. So you have a list. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 6, 1, 2, 9. So we do for I in that list. So it's going to iterate through all of the elements in the list. So it's going to see 1, 2, 3. So I is going to like go through all of that. Actually, let's not use a for each loop. Let's do for I in range length of LST. So this will basically be all the indexes. So 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to length of the list. Uh, you can print it. You can print the numbers. So we have to print all the numbers in the list. Or in this case, we're trying to find something. So I'll make another variable, find, and let's say we're finding the number 9. If lst I is equal to 9, then you print I. And that will tell you the index at which it's at. And if you go here, find index is equal to 0. And we'll just say that find index is equal to I print lst find index. And it's going to print our number, which is 9. So this is like, it's finding an element in the list. So yeah. If you want to sort a list, Let me just write a sorting algorithm real quick. We could do for J, range 1 to length of list. So let's just do length of list -1. Okay. So if LSTJ is greater than LSTJ plus 1, then you swap the two. So you have a temporary variable, because swapping you need a temporary variable. Um, like that. And then we'll print the list at the end. Oh, you don't need the end. And would you look at that? All of the elements are now sorted. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 9. And yeah, so again, sorting algorithm, you need like lists and yeah. This is one of the simpler ones, and I don't think we're going to be learning sorting algorithms, but here's just like a quick example, I guess, just to like show you what loops and lists can do together. So yeah, it's really beneficial. I have like a negative number here, -3. Okay. Um, so do you have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Okay. You can also see if like a number exists in this list by saying like if 8 in list, this should return false because 8 is not in the list. If you do -2, it should again return false. -3 should return true. Oh, not okay, true because -3 is in the list. Um, well, I think that's it for today. Let's play a game kit. Oh, by the way, your homework for this week is a project. Uh, Here are the directions. This is in CodeHS. So you're creating a simple multiple choice quiz using Python. The program should ask the user a series of questions and check their answers. After all the questions have been answered, the program should display the final score. Here are the requirements. Number one, the quiz should consist of at least 3 questions. Each question should have multiple choices, and the user should input their answer. The program should compare the user's answer with the correct answer using the conditional branching. So like if statements, if else, you know. Um, Fourth one, keep track of the user score and display it at the end of the quiz. You can assume the user will enter only lowercase letters. Before a challenge, have the program function correctly with uppercase letters too. Use meaningful prompts for questions and provide feedback on whether the answer is correct or incorrect. So this is an example. Uh, so it says, what is the capital of France? The user inputs in A, you say correct. Second question, what planet is known as the red planet? User inputs B, Venus, that's incorrect. And the third question, who painted the Mona Lisa? The user input C, which is also incorrect. And then you say quiz complete, you answered one of the three questions correctly. So it's a pretty simple project. Um, yeah, it's going to be your homework. Finish the project and yeah, try to add like more components, functionalities if you want to. Make like multiplayer if you want to. So like alternate. So player A answers and then player B answers. Um, yeah, also this is how you get uppercase or lowercase letters. Like you can make a string all uppercase or all lowercase. So you can say answer is equal to, and then you could do dot uppercase or dot upper. I believe it's dot upper. And if I run this, let me just make this look better. Okay, if I say I, wait, I forgot to print it out. Okay, if I say hi, it's going to be uppercase. So yeah, if the user input sends in lowercase, it's always going to be uppercase. Python will make it uppercase. If they send in uppercase, it will still be uppercase. If they send in a mix, it's gonna make everything uppercase. So yeah, that's like how you do that. But yeah, that's your project. Okay, let's end class here today. Here's like the practice game kit. It's just a review of the things we've learned. Um, so yeah, you guys can do that. I'll put that in the chat. But that's it for today. If you have any questions, let me know on Discord or WhatsApp. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice day. Thank you everyone for joining.